let's go. We're diving deep into SEO today, and specifically for you. You want to climb those Google rankings, right? Whether it's for something brand new or just giving your existing product a little boost.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky for you, we've got Denny Posma's playbook straight from his course.
Yeah.
He really spills the beans on all his strategies and real-world wins.
Yeah, and some failures. Nobody's perfect.
That's true.
But what's really fascinating about Denny's approach is that he doesn't just build something because you think it's a good idea.
Okay.
He uses SEO research to, figure out what people are actually looking for. What do they want?
So it's like he has a crystal ball.
Yeah, kind of. But instead of, vague predictions, it's hard data.
Okay. So this demand-driven development he's talking about, it's not just throwing ideas at the wall, hoping one sticks.
No, not at all. It's about being really strategic. And the foundation, keyword research.
Okay.
Think of it like building a house.
Got it.
Keywords are your bricks and mortar.
Gotcha. So where do we start laying these bricks?
Well, first we need to understand the building blocks.
Okay.
Denny breaks down keywords into two main categories, short tail and long tail.
Okay.
Short tail keywords are like the busy highways of the internet, high traffic, tons of competition, like car insurance.
Right. Everyone's trying to get on that highway. So what about the less traveled roads?
Those are your long tail keywords. They're much more specific, like best car insurance for young drivers in California.
Oh.
Less traffic overall, but the people who are searching are highly targeted.
Much more likely to convert.
Exactly.
So how does Denny use these different keywords to find those hidden gems? The untapped markets. He mentioned using a tool called Ahrefs.
Yeah. Ahrefs is like Denny's secret weapon. In the course, he gave an example. He was playing around with the idea of an AI tattoo generator.
Hold on. An AI tattoo generator? That's like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right. But here's where it gets interesting. He uses Ahrefs to look at things like search volume, how many people are actually searching for that. He checks out the keyword difficulty, which is basically how hard it is to rank for that keyword.
Right.
Is it crowded? Is it competitive? Or is there room for you?
Yeah.
He even looks at things like the cost per click,
Okay.
which tells him how valuable that traffic is.
So he's not just looking at if people are searching for it, but if it makes business sense.
Exactly.
I'm guessing that AI tattoo generator idea, that A, passed the test.
Well, it's still early stages, but Denny sees potential.
Okay.
He hasn't actually launched it yet.
Okay.
But he shared his process of how he maps out a website once he finds a promising idea.
Okay, so what does he do?
He calls it his sitemap strategy.
Okay, let's talk sitemaps. That sounds kind of technical.
It's actually pretty simple. Imagine drawing a blueprint for your website.
Okay.
But instead of rooms and walls, you're planning out content.
Okay.
Content that will target those different keyword variations.
So if we stick with the tattoo example, would he have a page specifically for AI tattoo designs, another for custom tattoo generator, and so on?
Yeah, exactly. And he thinks about how all those pages connect, how users would flow through the site. It's creating a content ecosystem
I like that, a content ecosystem.
to attract users from all these different searches, leading back to his main offering.
Which would be?
Maybe a paid version of the AI tattoo generator. Or, consultations with tattoo artists, ones who specialize in these AI-generated designs.
That's brilliant. That's like casting a wide net.
Yeah.
But each thread leads back to the center.
Yeah, exactly.
So what happens if an idea doesn't pass the test?
Oh, Denny's super transparent about that, too. He was exploring this other idea, selling something called comfy UI workflows. But the data just wasn't there.
Comfy UI workflows. I'm already lost.
Don't worry about the specifics. The point is his research showed very little search volume. Plus, the keyword difficulty was through the roof.
So basically.
Not worth the time and effort.
So he walked away because the data told him to, even though it was a cool idea.
Yeah. That takes discipline.
It does.
And it's a good lesson for all of us. Sometimes the best ideas are the ones we don't pursue.
It's true. It's like he's letting the data make the decisions for him,
Right.
not getting emotionally attached. So once he's got that sitemap, what's next? Spending hours writing the perfect content.
Well, that's where it gets even more interesting. Denny has this unique take on content creation.
Yeah, okay.
He doesn't believe in that one-size-fits-all approach.
Yeah.
He talks about using different types of content
Okay.
and matching them to what he calls user intent.
User intent.
Yeah, like what are people actually looking for when they type something into Google? Give them what they want.
Right, so it's not just about cramming keywords into a blog post and hoping for the best.
Exactly.
What kind of content are we talking about?
He breaks it down into three main categories.
Okay.
Programmatic SEO, free tools, and then content pages.
Okay, break it down for me. What is programmatic SEO? Seems a little intimidating.
It might sound fancy, but it's really about using code to create content at scale.
Okay.
Remember that AI tattoo generator. Imagine making web pages for every possible tattoo design. Impossible.
Yeah, that would be a lot of work.
Denny loves using code to kind of automate the process. You could write a script that pulls in like thousands of tattoo designs, and then it generates pages for each one.
Yeah.
With descriptions, keywords, all the SEO stuff.
So it's like a content machine. That's pretty wild.
It is.
But I'm guessing that's more for, like, the coders out there, right?
It does require some technical skills.
Yeah.
But Denny says even if you're not a coder, you can still learn from the idea.
Okay.
Think about streamlining your content creation. Can you create a lot of high-quality content without burning out?
I like the sound of that. Okay, what about those free tools? How do those fit into SEO?
Denny's a big believer in building tools that actually solve problems. For your target audience, he's had so much success with this.
Okay.
And he says it all comes down to backlinks.
Backlinks, those are like the little shout-outs from other websites, right?
Yeah. Super important for SEO. Think of it this way. Every backlink is a vote of confidence.
From another website.
Exactly. Telling Google, hey, this content is good.
This is trustworthy.
Right.
So the more you have, the higher you rank.
It's not quite that simple,
Right.
but it's a major factor. And the great thing about free tools, people love to share them.
You do.
Denny talked about Profile Picture AI.
Oh,
It uses AI to make like amazing profile pics.
okay, I've seen those. They're really cool.
Right. He gave it away for free.
Whoa, really? For free?
Genius move. People loved it. They shared it like crazy, tons of backlinks.
I'm right.
And he designed the tool to like drive traffic back to his paid offerings.
Okay, like what?
Premium profile picture packages or AI headshot services.
That's so clever. So it's win-win. Users get a cool tool and Denny gets like exposure and customers.
Exactly. SEO isn't just about manipulating algorithms, it's about real value.
I like that. All right, what about those content pages he talked about? How are those different from like a blog post or landing page?
Good question. They're kind of like a hybrid.
Okay.
They've got the depth and info of a blog post, but they're more structured,
Okay.
visually appealing. You know, you might find some landing page elements in there too.
So it's like a blog post dressed up for a night out.
Ha ha ha. Yeah, exactly. It's about finding that balance, providing value, and guiding the user to do something.
Like sign up for an email list.
Yeah.
Or check out a product.
Right.
How does he actually use these content pages?
He gave a great example from his website, Headshot Pro. They offer AI headshots. He made this content page targeting actor headshots.
Okay.
Tons of info about what actors need to know about headshots, styles, lighting, posing, all that.
Makes sense.
But it's not just a wall of text. It's broken up with visuals, bullet points, calls to action.
So it's informative, but it's also got that strategic element guiding people towards the product.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
And what's interesting is Denny noticed a shift in how Google understands user intent for those types of keywords.
Okay.
It used to be all about those traditional blog posts,
Right.
but now it seems to prefer these content pages.
It's like Google's always changing the game.
It is. That's part of the challenge, but also the excitement.
Right.
Denny's all about staying flexible, experimenting, what works best.
I like that. He also kept mentioning his make it better philosophy. What's that about?
It's about going above and beyond.
Okay.
Denny's not content with just good content. It's got to be the best. He's always looking to improve user experience, value, setting himself apart.
Can you give me an example? How does he make it better?
Sure. One example is his approach to visuals. He doesn't just use stock photos.
Okay.
He invests in high-quality graphics, illustrations, even interactive elements, keep people engaged.
So it's all about standing out. I bet that's a big part of his success.
Absolutely. It goes back to user intent. Exceed their expectations.
Right.
Helpful, informative, engaging, and people will share it. Link to it. Come back for more.
Makes sense. But let's be honest, keeping up with all of Google's updates can feel like a full-time job.
It can be a lot.
How does Denny stay ahead in the curve?
He's got some tricks. One of them is monitoring his competitors' backlinks.
Okay, how does he do that?
He uses hrefs to see who's linking to their content.
Okay.
Then he analyzes those links. Are there opportunities for him?
So instead of reinventing the wheel, he's seeing what works and replicating it.
Exactly. He calls it link stealing.
Link stealing, okay.
It's not as shady as it sounds.
Yeah, right.
It's about strategy. resourcefulness.
So it's like saying, hey, if you're linking to this article about tattoo designs, maybe you'd also be interested in my awesome AI tattoo generator.
Right. And Denny says personalize it. Don't just send generic emails.
Okay.
Understand who you're reaching out to. What do they like? How can your content help them?
It's a good reminder that SEO isn't just about, like, algorithms and tricks. It's about real people.
Absolutely. And it's about being persistent. Denny talked about getting rejected a lot, but he keeps going.
Building those quality backlinks.
Takes time and effort.
It's a long game.
It is. But it's clearly working for him.
It is. And he's really generous,
Yeah.
sharing all this knowledge.
Yeah.
He even talked about some common SEO mistakes.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Things like thin content, keyword stuffing, duplicate content.
It's nice to hear someone talk about their, failures, too.
It does. Makes it feel less intimidating.
Definitely. We're all learning.
Exactly. So what about AI in all of this? With tools like ChatGPT getting so good, is SEO even relevant anymore? That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is SEO going extinct with all this AI stuff?
It's funny, a lot of people think that, right?
Yeah.
Like AI is going to make SEO obsolete.
Yeah.
Denny actually thinks the opposite.
The opposite.
He says SEO is even more important now.
More important. With AI, how does that work?
Well, think about how these, large language models are trained. ChatGPT, for example.
Right.
They're fed tons of data from the web, articles, websites, all that. And what determines what content those AI models see?
SEO.
You got it. Better SEO, more visible to Google,
Right.
more likely to end up in those data sets that train the AI.
So you're not just optimizing for Google anymore.
Right. You're optimizing for the AI, too.
Okay, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
But so Denny's saying that strong SEO is still key, even with AI.
Absolutely. He thinks SEO and what he calls it large language model optimization are two sides of the same coin.
Okay.
It's all about getting your content out there, seen by as many eyes as possible, human or, algorithm.
So all this time we're spending learning SEO is not a waste.
Nope. It's probably more valuable than ever. Master the fundamentals, keyword research, good content, backlinks. You'll be ready for anything.
Okay, good to know. But it can feel kind of overwhelming,
Yeah, it can be a lot.
So much to keep track of. What would you say is, like, the most important thing for our listeners to remember?
Focus on value for your audience. Create content that's genuinely helpful, informative, engaging.
Okay.
You'll get traffic, backlinks, and customers.
So create great content and the rankings will follow.
Pretty much. And don't be afraid to, try things,
Okay.
different approaches, analyze what happens. SEO is about adapting.
Always learning.
Exactly.
Denny's a good example of that.
He is. And what's really cool is that he's done all this without some, secret expensive software. He's using the same tools anyone can get. He just really understands SEO.
It's inspiring, right? He's like, hey, you could do this too.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you going to do? Use Denny's framework to research a new business idea. Maybe just find some content gaps on your website. Whatever you do, remember this deep dive has given you the knowledge. Now go out there, make those Google rankings work for you.